delighted to present a webinar to you called Future Ready Leadership in Latin America. We'll be looking particularly at generative artificial intelligence in Newcastle and Newcastle University and the region, and talk to you about the full-time MBA at Newcastle University. I'm joined by Davit Marikyan, who will introduce himself in a moment. So the session objectives today are to showcase how artificial intelligence is transforming business in the northeast of England, and to give you an idea for practical leadership insights for driving digital transformation in your own work contexts. And then secondly, to introduce the Newcastle University MBA and explain its relevance for global tech-driven careers. So I'll hand over to Davit now, and he'll take you through the beginning of this presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm David, Senior Lecturer in Information Systems Management. But also I have several roles that I want to highlight today. I am part of the Edge AI Hub, and also I'm a research lead at Edge AI Hub, but specifically on AI Security Hub, which is responsible for a human and AI collaboration. So we conduct a research about technology, or specifically AI diffusion, acceptance, adoption, implementation, and how AI drives a digital transformation. Also, currently I am the degree program director for artificial intelligence and in business, and I'm leading several courses that are focusing on AI in business or AI in management. We frequently organize different practitioner events focusing on industry engagement to understand how academics can help practitioners when it comes to the use of artificial intelligence, as simple as how we can help them to make the adoption and acceptance process smoother. Next slide, please. So now in front of you, we have a very traditional definition or conceptualization of artificial intelligence. Let's first of all read from the slide. Artificial intelligence refers to the capability of computer systems to show human-like intelligent behavior characterized by certain core competencies, including perception, understanding, action, and learning, in order to support human and systemic behavior in the best possible way. Artificial intelligence become very popular in industry, and it is adopted by many different sectors, which you can see on your screen. And AI is used for different purposes, such as automation, better decision making, or aid for a decision making, creating new business models, improve customer experience, creating a better security, such as Edge AI, basically having artificial intelligence on your device instead of on cloud or somewhere there that might cause security issues. And of course, there are many empirical evidences that show that adoption of AI, especially being a pioneer in adoption, can create a competitive advantage. So now you might remember I told you, let's read the definition from this slide. This is a widely used definition, and many practitioners, including IBM and different companies, rely on this particular conceptualization of artificial intelligence. And to be honest, many academic papers refer to this particular definition of conceptualization of artificial intelligence. However, I have to say that I personally think that the definition of AI is more than what you see on your screen. And I can unlock a small secret. If you ask different colleagues at Newcastle University Business School, or even different schools, about the definition of artificial intelligence, they will give you different views. And simple way to understand the artificial intelligence is actually AI is everywhere. The definition really depends on the application, whether it's in healthcare, marketing, consumer behavior, information system management. So when you try to conceptualize AI, Of course, you can always rely to the definition that we have on the screen, but you need to understand the work or the purpose that you are employing the AI in order to give an accurate description of artificial intelligence. Next slide. So we have, of course, some stats that number of companies or even industries that are using artificial intelligence is increasing almost on a daily basis. For instance, we can see that the adoption or integration of artificial intelligence in a business environment increased to 72% compared to the last year, which was 55%. However, there are the recent studies that are conducted by colleagues and me including, we found that at least here currently in UK, over 95% of top managers in top companies or leading companies are actually using some degree of artificial intelligence, especially for a decision making. And some even may consider that there is an unfortunate news, but by 2030, almost 30% of the jobs will be automated, which cause or at least leads to panic, such as fear of losing a job. However, don't be afraid. The next generation of managers and practitioners are actually, they should be ready for this wave of automation and understand that AI is not here to take your jobs, but it's here to create more jobs and make your job a bit more efficient. And future generation managers need to understand how AI can be used in a business environment. That's why we have this many different non-technical AI events, degrees, and of course, as being part of the university, you have access to all the events that is organized by AI institution or colleagues, and we will be more than happy to see you as part of the group discussing and contributing to AI debates and AI research. Next slide, please. So now I'm here actually to give you a bit more information about the Northeast, or why Northeast is a place where attracts many scholars, companies that are focusing on AI. First of all, we have National Edge AI Hub, which is advancing AI research, and the Northeast is one of the UK AI growth zones. Now we have it on everywhere, the news, BBC. You can check many publications that are thinking about or expecting actually to unlock up to 30 billion in investment to create thousands and thousands of jobs at the Northeast. And the National Edge AI Hub is actually funded by EPSRC, which is led by Newcastle University with a partnership of different universities, which we'll see soon. But this is a consortium of over 50 academic partners, plus many over 56 industry partners that are come together to work on AI, both from technical perspective, but also from non-technical manager perspectives, to understand how the use of or implementation of AI can create benefits for firms, students, and of course for a society. Next slide, please. As I mentioned before, National Edge AI Hub is a group of universities that came together to work on AI related or Edge AI related issues, including how it can create a benefit for society. To name a few, you can see here our partners are University of St Andrews, Queen University Belfast, Imperial College London, Durham University, University of Hull, Warwick Business School, Swansea University, University of Southampton, Cardiff University, Lancaster, University of Lancaster, Nottingham Trent University, University of York, and Aston University. And being a part of Newcastle University and Edge AI Hub, you can get on a mailing list to attend different events organized by partner universities, not only by events organized by Newcastle University. Next slide, please. So, but you might ask a question, what is Edge AI Hub? Or what's Edge AI? Why we need a hub for Edge AI? It's basically Edge AI is so-called new AI, which runs directly on your local device, such as your smartphone, sensors, cameras, and or even robots. And the next question you might ask, but we already have an AI. Why we need this Edge AI? Now, we need Edge AI because of security and privacy reasons. Many organizations initially were quite reluctant, or even I can use such a strong word as afraid to use or fully commit using artificial intelligence because number of reasons such as security and privacy. However, Edge AI Hub offers increased security and privacy for organizations and for governments, and it enables real-time decision making. Next slide, please. And as being part of an Edge AI Hub, we offer different solutions because we create this ecosystem. It's not only about researchers publishing a paper, books, which can be useful for students and for practitioners, but also we aim to train the next generation managers, offering them numerous courses, including CPD courses, networking events, practitioners and academics events where practitioners, especially startups, provide some ideas about the work they are doing to receive a feedback and or help from academics. Next slide, please. And as a researcher, I do believe in multidisciplinary research or benefits of conducting multidisciplinary research. Therefore, we do cross-institutional, we have a cross-institutional team of collaborators. We work with the different fields such as School of Computing, Marketing, psychology, and the idea is to understand the importance of artificial intelligence from different disciplines and working with the different partners. And due to personal connections as well as connections that Newcastle University Business School and Edge AI provides, we have colleagues that are ready to work with us from different universities such as University of Manchester, University of Bristol, and University of Cardiff. And within the Newcastle University Business School, we have Information Systems and Operations Group, and a number of colleagues are focusing on AI research, specifically to understand how artificial intelligence drives digital transformation, harness the benefits or realize value from the application of artificial intelligence, promoting socially responsible artificial intelligence, and understand the implementation process, but as well as the dark side of using artificial intelligence for decision making. Thank you very much. That was for everything from me.
Thank you very much, David. So moving on to talk more specifically about the MBA program that we have at Newcastle University. So we're focusing on developing leaders that are ready for the future, and AI is obviously a big part of that. But we are looking at holistic development of our students on the program. So not only giving you a very broad perspective of all the different management functions, but looking at you as a person and developing you as an individual so that you can leverage your strengths and assemble teams around you that compensate for any weaknesses that you might have. We have integrated a global perspective into the entire program because we are very mindful that the world is now super interconnected, and anything that you do in one place is likely to be affected by global affairs. You can't do anything in isolation, so a global perspective is very important. We provide lots of networking opportunities. We're very aware that a lot of people come on their MBA to make connections, specifically to make connections to facilitate their career and also the success of whatever organization they're working in or create as a result of the MBA program. And finally, absolutely industry relevant. So we work very closely with our organizational partners to ensure that what you're learning on the MBA is relevant in practice, and you have an opportunity to apply what you're learning in practice all the way through the program. And then you can see in the band across the middle, we're very proud of the accreditations that our business school has, and also specifically our MBA program has. So we're one of the top 1% of business schools worldwide that have the first three accreditations that you can see there: the Association of MBAs, EQUIS, and AACSB. So the Amber accreditation is just for the MBA program. EQUIS and AACSB are for the entire business school. And that gives you real confidence that the programs that we have, and specifically the MBA program, is of very high quality. In addition, the MBA program has won the Tier 1 Global Award from the CEO rankings. We're also a PRME signatory member, and that's all about responsible management education. And I think we're a champion of PRME now, a champion institution. And finally, we're a member of the elite group of Russell Group universities in the United Kingdom. So we've recently revised our MBA program to ensure that it was current and fit for the future. And we started by thinking, what do people want when they are embarking or considering embarking on an MBA? And we came down to the idea of helping individuals really spend time to understand what their purpose was in life. And we look both internally and externally to check out all those 4 dimensions that you can see in that Venn diagram. So a developing sense of self-awareness by considering and understanding and legitimizing what you enjoy doing, where your passions lie, what motivates you, because without that, nothing is very easy to do for very long, and you get burnt out very quickly. So it's very important to understand what makes you get out of bed in the morning, and then to understand where your strengths are and how you're different from other people. So where your unique selling points are, how you differentiate yourself, and what you find easy that perhaps other people find difficult. And then looking externally to your operating environment, thinking about what you can be paid for, where the jobs are, what you can earn a living at, how much money you want to earn, and potentially where you would like to create a new venture if you are of an entrepreneurial mindset. And then the last piece of the jigsaw, and most importantly, is to think what the world needs. So what are the wicked problems that the world is facing today, and how can you make a difference and leave the world a better place than you entered it? So that's our overarching philosophy in terms of the program design, and we're inviting you to consider all of those questions all the way through the program, so that by the time you leave, you've got a really clear idea of where you're headed. So then in detail, this is the program. All of this information is available on our website. So we're split into 3 semesters. So the first one runs from September to the winter break. And you'll be covering 5 modules. You've got financial management, strategic management, organizations, leadership and people management, marketing management, and operations and supply chain management. So that's 50 credits. And they run throughout that module, and most of the assessments are following the winter break. You've got a couple of assessments before the winter break, just to get your to sort of calibrate you and enable you to understand what sort of standards are expected at university, because we're very aware that most people on the MBA will have been outside of formal education for quite a number of years, and getting your head back into being a student again is you might need a little bit of help and support with academic skills. So we give you a lot of scaffolding to enable you to get back into studying as smoothly as possible. In the second column there, you can see the Business Experience Week, which is the core of our Business in Action module, and that's where you start putting what you're learning into practice in live business situations with real clients that have worked with us for a number of years. And then you start phase 2 of the program, which is preparing you for global business. So there are 3 modules there: corporate social responsibility and the challenge of ethical business, entrepreneurship and innovation, and business analysis for decision making. So that includes a boardroom challenge with a real live board, and also prepares you for your final individual project module, and gives you all the research methods that you need to undertake your individual project. That takes us up to the spring break, when we offer you 2 electives. So you have a choice of 2 from 6. So the first one from Group 1, which is a collection of transitions in the global political economy, digital and data-driven marketing, and finance and investment. And then a choice of emerging economies, challenges and opportunities, digital transformation, and leading organizational change. So we don't restrict your choice of module. You just have to have 1 from Group 1 and 1 from Group 2. So at this stage, you can specialize according to your personal interests. And for example, if you are particularly interested in the sort of things that David was talking about, you could take digital and data-driven marketing and digital transformation, for example. And then in the final phase of the course, you move into phase 3, making an impact. We have 2 chunky modules there worth a total of 50 credits. So we have the management consultancy project, where you're working in groups, again with a live client, to deliver a real consultancy project and address a problem or opportunity with a live client. And then the individual project, and you have a choice of 4 formats for that. So you have a local consultancy project, which are consultancy opportunities that we have identified that you would be considered for. You could bring a consultancy project to us from your home country potentially, and form a global consultancy project. You could complete a more traditional research type project without involving a client, or you could create a plan for a new business venture, an entrepreneurial business plan. And then running, you can see along the bottom of the screen, running that throughout the whole program, you've got a personal and professional transformation module, which is where we help you develop your academic skills and your professional and your personal skills. So that would include things like psychometric profiling. There would be a personal development week, and networking skills, presentation skills, referencing skills, all the things that you need to support your own personal development and get that holistic perspective that I mentioned earlier. So other features, these aren't necessarily what you're going to get on your program. I can't guarantee that, but it's a representative selection from past years. So we have a small cohort on this program, usually around 30 students, which enables us to get to know you really well, you to get to know all the academic faculty, and to get to know each other very well. So it's all about relationships and social learning. We have a very intensive 4-day induction to get you going on that path very quickly, because a year passes exceptionally fast. And to build relationships and to build trust between each other, and to develop a strong, cohesive cohort identity right in that first week, establishing common values and creating a psychologically safe and effective social learning environment on the program. A key feature and strength of our program, I think, is our dedicated careers consultancy support. So we offer a talent book, which enables us to showcase our MBA cohort to potential employers, and also the business partners that you're working with on live clients. We have MBA-specific careers resources, access to MBA-focused, specifically online careers platforms. I've mentioned psychometric profiling, and also we group together with a number of universities in the north of England to put on the MBA North's Careers Conference, where you get to meet MBA students on other programs, make more connections, and also understand career opportunities more fully. And then another real strength of our program is the amount of live practice-based experiential learning we offer. So our Business in Action module offers visits to regional business partners with challenges all the way through practice-based learning in live organizational contexts. In our Entrepreneurship and Innovation program, we often include a trip to London to look at that entrepreneurial ecosystem. We may visit other cities in the future. There's a competitive opportunity to attend the European Summer School, which this year is in Scotland. We've offered an immersive personal development experience, a 4-day experience delivered by external consultants, which is really putting you in a goldfish bowl, effectively giving you lots of assessment type activities, observing you, and then getting one-to-one feedback on how you are coming over, how you're relating to other people, to give you some really incredibly valuable personal development advice and suggestions for becoming more effective as a leader. And then the boardroom challenge, where you are given a live scenario from an organization, and then you have to present as a consultant would to the board and get feedback from the board. In terms of international exposure, obviously you'd be with a very diverse international cohort. This year we've got 12 nationalities represented in the cohort, and I think our students for next year we've got 14 countries already represented. And we offer an immersive European business trip to understand how things work we're going to Berlin this year. Last year we went to Berlin, and the year before we went to Paris, with multiple company visits across those cities and different cultural experiences. So I'll just play you a short video now. I'm going to stop sharing and start sharing again because I don't think I shared sound, so just bear with me a minute. Right, hopefully you can see that again. And David will give me a thumbs up if he can hear what the videos are saying.
I decided to do an MBA because I wanted to leverage my professional skills. So I think I reached to a point that besides I was leading a team, I required a new set of strategical tools in order to better contribute to the organizations I was working on. And when I meet the Newcastle University MBA, I found this important component of soft skills, sustainability, and innovation. And those were the reasons I think there was a match between what I wanted, my professional goals, and what the university got to offer.
I've been working in startup and entrepreneurship ecosystem back in Iran. My main role is helping startups and SMEs to grow and scale. But after working more than 7 years, I understood that I got stuck. I can't go up further. That's the reason I choose to start my journey with studying MBA.
And the application process was very simple. It was through the website. I only required to create an account and submit my documentation. And there was these one-on-one sessions with previous MBA students where they, for example, helping me with further assistance on where to live, how is the weather. People here is very welcome, and the universities it's very into sustainability and to embracing diversity. I received the Responsible Impact Full Fee Scholarship. My aim is to promote financial inclusion in South America, which is why I have been doing banking the last 5 years. Right now there are 1.5 million citizens that do not have access to formal bank accounts or any sort of credit line. After a first interview, I got the option to apply by submitting an essay where I detailed all the positive impact that I have been made alongside my 5-year careers. And upon that, I received one of the best news in my life, which was winning a full fee scholarship to study here. The scholarship definitely has changed me because it allowed me to be part of this wonderful experience. It is more about developing critical thinking, understanding not only which are the latest trends in terms of business and innovation, but how to get into deep understanding of which are the problems that organizations face while daily competing in a more dynamic world?
I had lots of one-to-one career support. The things that always Kian said, that you have to understand what you want and what the job market offer, and like kind of relate those things together. He always gives me lots of like practices, exercise, in order to understand what's the next step, what should be done.
My personal tutor has helped me a lot, because it was my return to academia after 5 years from graduating, and I came from a different educational system. So having a personal tutor to allow me to solve referencing questions, or how to adequate my writing style in order to be more direct, more specific on what I want to communicate to others. He helped me with by sharing these study techniques. I decided to do
There we go. And there are lots more videos at the Newcastle University Business School Challenge channel on YouTube. So please have a look at those.
an MBA because
And finally, I just wanted to finish up by giving you a bit more detail about the scholarship. So Raul, just on that video that he mentioned that he was a holder of a full fee scholarship. That we have 3 full fee scholarships available this year. And they have a separate selection. Well, it's a continuation of the initial selection process. So if you are interested in our MBA program, please do apply. If you are selected for interview, you would automatically get considered for the scholarship that's at the bottom there, the MBA Developing Talent and Leadership Scholarship. So we have up to 20 scholarships of up to half fees to offer. If you get an offer and you accept it, you would be automatically invited to apply for one of the full fee scholarships. So those are the MBA Advancing Women in Leadership Award, the MBA Responsible Impact Award, and the MBA Sustainable Leadership Award. So all the details of who is eligible to apply for those scholarships is on the website. We require, once you have secured your offer, we require you to write an essay and back that up with a portfolio of evidence to evidence what you're saying in your essay effectively, and show us that you haven't just asked a chatbot to write it for you. So those are the details of our scholarships. Hopefully that link is live when you get a copy of the slides, but the pages aren't difficult to find on Google if you just search for Newcastle University Business School MBA or Newcastle University Business School MBA scholarships. So that's all we wanted to share with you this afternoon. Thank you very much for watching this all the way through. If you have any questions at all about the MBA programme, please contact us at mba@newcastle.ac.uk or mba@ncl.ac.uk. Why don't you look us up on LinkedIn and connect with us, and we really look forward to seeing you in September. Thank you very much.